Good afternoon.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I am running a bit behind right now. Hold on just a second. Let me do that manually. Alright. Okay, we are flying Delta, what the fuck are we? 23 something. 2383 to Denver, and we're gonna fly the return leg as well. Are you ready to go yet? You're not. I'm just sitting here waiting on GSX to get ready. So let's go ahead and start setting the aircraft up. Let me get the checklist out. Not a checklist, the operational flight plan. Which I have right here. I'm gonna need that. Real quick, we'll run through a quick aircraft setup while I'm waiting on GSX to load. Dampener should be on. Fuel pumps are fine where they're at. Switch this over to APU gen because I'm gonna need that later. Ground power should be on. Off across the board. Window heat on. Restart to auto. Packs. They're both on. ISO valve should be open. Bleed air is fine for now. Alright. Overhead, nav. Test that real quick. Service interphone. That's good. Alright. Radios. I'm going to set that there, because we're going to need that. We're on VATSIM, no controllers online right now, so we are going to need that. Everything's set across the board here. Let's flip you to plan mode and full zoom, please. Destination Denver. We also have an icing air met. I need to look at that. I wish I could bring up information on here, but I can't. Alright, let's set up our FMS now. The route. We're departing Salt Lake City. Heading for Denver. Alright. OFP, where are you? Alright, departing via the Rugged 1 departure. Purdy transition. Expecting runway 34 left. Our route from Purdy is direct Camper. K-A-M-P-R. Direct Camper. And our arrival into Denver is the Longs 1 arrival from Camper. And also expecting 34 left there. Go ahead and input that just so it's done. There's our route. We'll activate that and go to climb mode. Actually, we can't right now. Enter ref. Haven't started loading yet. Fuel hasn't been loaded yet. Our planned 0 fuel weight. We don't know what the actual 0 fuel weight is yet. I will go ahead and enter in our fuel reserves though. Is 10.1. PSX is finally ready. Our cost index will be 30. That's interesting. Not usually that one. Cruising altitude 350. Alright. I need to go ahead and get boarding started. Normal load. Fuel's been loaded. Commit. Proceed. Request boarding. 123 passengers.
Minimums.
The heck was that? Why'd I get a minimums call? Alright. Okay, fuel 18.6 has been loaded. 18.6 was dispatched. Then turn the pumps on. Cruise winds 020 at 66. Would have been just a 3 knots higher. It would have been funny. And ISA is +2. And we'll execute that for now. As for our climb speed, we'll be climbing at 280, 0.78. That's the standard climb for a 737. And we'll descend at the same 280, 0.78. Our cruise speed .78. Flash and then the 0.78. Probably 251. Alright. Back to inert ref. Init ref. What is that? That's not accurate. But whatever. I'll have to fix that. Alright. Let's go ahead and run through the pre-flight checks.
Pre-start checklist.
Okay, restart checks.
The
Parking
king
brake?
of
Yep, set.
Bahrain
breaker?
Dart. How are
Is
you?
checked.
I am doing pretty good.
Safety
I just
check.
now looked and
Completed.
saw your comment.
Oxygen crew supply.
Tested.
Tested.
Running a bit behind, so
Emergency
I'm trying to
light.
rush through a little
Armed.
bit of this.
Window
We
heat.
should be done
Is
now,
on.
though.
Pressurization.
Relax
Auto.
Display.
Normal.
while they run through
Flight
the checklist.
instruments.
Checked and set.
Turn on the flight director on both sides.
Flight director.
No, sorry, that's not right.
Flight director.
It is
Okay,
on. I don't know why
it's
not
on.
registering.
Start lever.
Okay.
Cut off.
No controllers on VATSIM right now, but normally
Transponder.
Okay,
they speed
off.
restrict due to 230 knots, so I'm going to enter in
Restart
that.
checklist complete.
Okay, it's 230. And I believe it's 300 is the normal heading out of here. Because the SID is radar vectors to a particular thing, a particular waypoint. I'll zoom in here. It's radar vectors to Bubby, and they usually have you go out to the over the lake until you're about 10,000 feet, and then they'll have you go direct. That's normally what they go. The normal altitude restriction out of here is 230, so I'll go ahead and set that. And our departure climb rate, we'll say 2,500 for now. Alright, and I like to depart with this set on center map at the lowest zoom. That way if anyone's coming behind me, I can see them on TCAS. Alright, we are just waiting on boarding at this point. Once boarding is done, we can get our actual zero fuel weight, and we'll be ready to go. Let's review the SID while we're waiting. Also, look, they haven't even... Okay, here comes the bags. Also, pushing back out of here is going to be interesting because this is the farthest gate in. This ought to be fun. I'm going to have to customize the pushback. I'll have it like take me probably... I could have them do a straight pushback and just monitor it and then turn over there. And we could elect to do a single engine taxi. That'd be fun. Why not? Alright, let's look at our SID. What was it? It was Rugs 1, I believe. Or Rugs 2. Or Rugs 2. Right? Or 230, I believe, was our transition. Yep. Okay, for 3-4 left, standard. Minimum climb gradient 500 feet per nautical mile to 8,500. We can meet that no problem. Turbojet only, we meet that. The actual routing. Load up the second page. Climb left turn. Heading 340 to 310 counterclockwise. So all set. Usually it's 310. They just put you on 310 and climb you to 10, then go direct. Radar vectors cross Bubby at or above 11,000. I'll go ahead and put that in. Cross Bubby at or above 11,000. On track 054 to Rug, then on assigned transition, maintain flight level 230 or lower. Expect filed altitude 10 minutes after departure. So nothing too difficult. Just that one crossing restriction to worry about, which we should have no problem meeting. Alright, I want to load up ATIS real quick on my phone here. Salt Lake's ATIS information uniform 3018 is the altimeter. That's a one-off. 3-4s are in use. Runway 35 and 32 is closed. Where's my little thingy? Get my stylus here and start marking this on the iPad here. Runway 35 and 32 is closed. Oop. Clear that. Switch this to red. Runway 3532 closed. Taxiway Hotel is closed between Hotel 6 and Hotel 4. Mark that. I believe that whole area is closed, actually. They've been closed the last few flights, so I'll just go ahead and mark all of those as closed. Hotel 4 is closed. Hotel 5 closed. Hotel 6 closed. All of Hotel 4 is closed. Bravo closed between Alpha 7 and Alpha 10. Hotel 5 closed. Yankee between Hotel 6 and Hotel 4 is closed. Do that. And what was that other one? Bravo between Alpha 7 and Alpha 10. Okay, that's north. We shouldn't be going that direction. I'll go ahead and mark that though. That shouldn't be a problem. Alright. And I want my perf init stuff, because I'm going to need my takeoff power calculations. Okay, what is ISA today? ISA for this airfield is 7 degrees. Temperature outside is 11. That's 4 above standard. Let's do a flexed attempt with a 10% D rate. That ought to be fun. Alright, I need to do the pressure altitude now. Let's just load up this app here. Salt Lake City is my airport. Taking off runway 34. Left. Alright, pressure altitude is 3.9. I'll just say that's 4. Flex the temp for a 10% D rate. It's a 12,000 foot runway, so we should have plenty of runway to use. We could probably get away with a 20% D rate plus 30, maybe. Let's just go with the safe option. 10% D rate, and we'll flex to 50 degrees. That'll be a 90% N1, which is already set. And then our climb thrust, we'll use climb 1, which would be 80% is our climb thrust then. I might go with 85. Alrighty. What is the status on boarding? Are we done yet? Almost. They loaded the cargo. Yes, cargo has been loaded. We can go ahead and shut the rear doors, I believe. Kicking my rudder pedals. I keep forgetting they're down there. Alright, right now we're just waiting, really. We're just waiting on our departure time and for the packs to get on board. Inert ref, because we still have to put in the 0 fuel weight. Why do the passengers always take their frickin' time? Any ATC on? No, it doesn't even look like there's any players around here. We are all by our lonesome. Okay. Oh, we need to squawk 2200 as well. Since we're IFR, but there's no controller to give us clearance. Make sure my throttles are set. Wait, what the fuck? Why are my throttles not working? Oh, I forgot to plug them in. Hold on.
Parking brake off. Auto brake switch set to RTO.
Check. Okay. What just happened?
Parking brake set.
I don't know.
Brake
why
pressure
the
up.
Parking brake disconnected. Throttles. Okay, throttles are working now. Okay, so the thing is, like, my throttles interfere with other games, so often I have them disconnected, and I forgot to hook them back up. That's what I had to do. We might get in trouble for that. I don't know why the parking brake disconnected, but it did. Oh, hydraulic electric. Isn't that supposed to be on right now? Alright, 10 minutes before departure time. They are almost done with boarding. Come on. Why is the last 6 or so passengers taking forever? Come on. Hurry the heck up. Always waiting on the cattle. Three more packs to go. All right, 123 passengers on board. Our actual zero fuel weight. All right, 119.8 is our zero fuel weight. 119.
Doors closed and we're ready.
Okay. 9.8 goes there. Gives us a gross weight of 138.4. All right. This is the takeoff page. We'll get our V speeds during taxi. The flap setting will be flaps 5. All right, we'll quit briefing. We push back, and I'll probably just do a straight pushback just to make my life easier since the gate's in an awkward spot. We'll start engines after pushback since that's going to be the case. It'll be a little easier than trying to monitor everything. We'll do a single engine taxi off of engine 2. We'll take Alpha all the way to 3-4 left from Alpha 1. There is... What is our weather like right now?
Kilo Sierra Lima Charlie Airport information. Hotel 1854 Zulu. Weather wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition 2700. Scattered ceiling 5000. Broken temperature 11. Dew point 4. Altimeter 3017. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Hotel.
Okay, we don't need de-icing today. We're warm enough.
Kilo.
I will turn anti-icing on for takeoff, though, since we will be climbing into the clouds, but no de-icing is going to be required. For takeoff on 3-4 left, we have 12,000 feet of runway to work with. Takeoff is going to be on flex, 90% N1. Haven't got our V-speeds just yet. From brake release to 100 knots, I'll abort for any failure or any alarm or fire. 100 knots to V1, I'll abort for engine failure, engine fire, loss of directional control. If we abort, we'll stop on the runway and assess the situation. If nothing is too serious, we can get off the runway and then run the checklist. Otherwise, we'll shut down on the runway and evacuate. If we take the problem up into the air, we'll turn left to go over the lake on the same heading that we have selected as per the SID. And we'll climb over the lake up to 12,000, I believe is the MSA around here. All right. Do I need... Don't need that. I need this. Okay. About 5 minutes till departure time. Go ahead and get everything secured and ready to go. APU is on. APU bleed on. Packs, I'll leave them on for now. That's set to RTO, 90%. Alright, let's go through the before start checklist. Not yet, actually. We'll wait a little bit longer. No ATC is on. I will squawk mode Charlie, though. Alright, mode C squawk set. And we'll go ahead and switch this over to advisory. Alright, and shut the door. Release the jetway. And let's go ahead and have them prepare for departure. Yes, we do want pushback. The ground crew's going to go ahead and get ready for departure. Don't get hit by the jetway, man. Ah, he got hit by the jetway.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Alright, let's go ahead and flip the beacon light on. And this is set to nav. Alright, we're going to need a little bit of trim. I'm going to give it about 3 units, I think, of nose up trim for takeoff. That should about do it. Alright. 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and wait 3 minutes to our actual departure time before we push back. That's going to give me a check. Just a chance to make sure everything is ready. Let's actually review that air met there as well. Oh, I have a thing on Discord. Let's see. What is this air met? We have moderate icing, freeze level to 200, freeze levels at 7,000. Okay, yeah, so we don't need to de-ice, but we do need to have our anti-ice on. And we also have an Airmat Tango for moderate turbulence between 180 and 420. So we'll leave the lights on, seatbelt signs, until we're probably on the whole flight if we're expecting moderate turbulence all the way. And we are. There is a convective SIGMET over Denver, actually. What's the convective? WST issuance is expected. So it's not issued right now. It's just we need to expect that. Okay, track up and detail lock. Alrighty then. Okay, nothing serious to worry about. It's 1955. That's close enough for government work. Let's go ahead and proceed on the flight. We are cleared for departure.
The aircraft is cleared to go.
Oh, I meant to fucking commit on here, but okay. Let's just do a straight pushback.
Departure check completed. Bypass bin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Brakes
Parking
release.
brake off.
Commencing push.
Before start checks.
Start
Okay,
wheel.
before start check.
Alright, start sequence is going to be
APU.
engine 2.
Running.
Fuel sheet, fuel quantity.
Checked.
That
Okay.
needs to be on.
FMC.
Set and checked.
Takeoff data.
Reviewed set. MCP. Set.
Cabin signs.
Yep, it's on.
Doors.
Closed and locked.
Transponder.
Okay, that's set.
Beacon light switch.
Yep, it's on.
Before start checks complete.
Alright, I'm just going to have them push us straight. We'll go past this line just a little bit. We'll get our wheels right on that edge line there. And we'll only be starting engine 2, so anyone behind us is going to get some jet blast, but that's fine.
Set
Parking brake set.
Brake pressure up.
for good engine start.
Alright, start engine 2. Looking for 21%, I believe, on this aircraft. Oil pressure's rising. To a stable. Alright. Good engine start. After start checks.
After start checks.
Okay, after start checks. Generator control switches. On.
I'm gonna leave
Pitot heat.
APU on.
Negative.
I'm gonna leave the APU on until we get the other engine going. Pitot heat on. Turn the bleeds on that engine.
Unlocking gear.
Don't need dual bleed. Turn the packs back on for now.
Pitot heat. On.
Tow truck disconnected.
Anti-ice.
Bypass bin removed.
Off. Air conditioning.
We'll
Set.
turn that on prior to takeoff.
Recall. Checked. Auto brakes. RTO. After start checks complete.
After start checks complete. Let's do a flight control check. Full left. Full right. Full forward. Full back. Quarter left. Quarter right.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flight control check good. Where is the hand signal at? It's to the right and I can't see him. Alright, we have a clear signal. I'm gonna wait till he is visibly out of the way, since I couldn't see him. Alright. There is my airport diagram? Taxi light on. A little bit of throttle. Brakes off.
Parking brake off.
D1 is 117, 127, 137, alright? Why are we not moving? We should be moving. Did GSX fuck up? Hold on. Sometimes GSX needs a restart when you manually stop the pushback like that. It's like it's just stuck holding the aircraft. Alright, we are not moving.
Hello. Hello.
Let's go ahead and start engine 2, I guess. Maybe we need both of them.
Thanks for flying with Delta.
All of us at Delta contribute to safety.
And it's our first priority on every flight. So before
Start
we
engine
depart,
1.
we'll be giving a brief safety presentation.
Okay, be sure all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin. And place smaller items under the seat in front of you. And ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear.
If you're sitting in an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you willing and able to assist with the operation of the exit if necessary?
Yes.
If you're unable to perform these functions, please let us know and we'll be happy to find you another seat. As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across
Alright,
your lap.
table.
To release the
These
belt,
need to be on
just
continuous.
release the top of the buckle.
Generator.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And
All right.
even when the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected roughing. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers.
Alright, let's throttle up now. Now that both engines are running, we should definitely move. Yeah, now, what the hell? It should have had enough power to move on that one engine. Whatever.
There are 6 exits on this plane. 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 2 window exits over the wings. The forward doors have detachable sides that can be used for flotation. Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the front and center of the plane.
All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit.
Alright, we taxi out till we get to the hold spot over here.
And remember,
Just short of the vehicle road, if I remember
it's a
correctly.
height, but if cabin pressure changes,
No ATC online still.
will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull the mask toward you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Alright, let's input our V speeds. It was 117, 127, and then 137. Alright, we're at 1 west. We're going to take Alpha to runway 34 left. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2383, taxiing to 34 left, Salt Lake. A little bit more power. Alright, this is Bravo right here in front of us. Alright, clear of the ground equipment and terminal. Flaps 5,
Flaps 1, flaps 2, flaps 5.
7.
Now, before we
Yep.
take off, be sure your seat is upright, your aisle armrests are lowered, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety
point. This taxiway parallels the runway. If we take it all the way to the end, de-icing is not required.
Please relax. Enjoy your flight.
Bring up the SID on here. I want crossfeed on. Alright, we're number 1 in line for departure. Go ahead and configure the aircraft for takeoff. Why are we turning to the right or to the left? Must have accidentally moved the pedals a bit. Alright, that should be armed. Go ahead and flip both of these on. Da-da-da. Alright, before takeoff checks.
Taxi checks.
Okay,
Or taxi
checks.
checks, actually.
Taxi light switch, on. Flight controls, checked. Spoilers, idle. Flaps, flaps 5. Trim, set. Checklist complete.
Now before takeoff checks.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff.
Okay, before takeoff checks.
Okay, before takeoff checks. Takeoff configuration, set. Auto throttle, armed. Recall, checked. Flight attendants, notified. Engine start switches, continuous. Transponder, set in TARA. External lights, on. Checklist complete.
Alright, quick look. Nothing on TCAS. I don't see anyone coming. And the runway is clear. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2383, taking off, runway 34 left, Salt Lake. Alright, throttle up to 40. Strobe lights on, please. Runway confirmed.
On runway 34 left.
Alright, power check. Landing lights on. Alright, we're green. Take off. Power set.
Airspeed active. $80 knots.
Check.
100 knots.
Why did it abort? Why did it abort? Aborting takeoff.
Minimums.
Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2383 is aborting takeoff.
6,900.
Why did it just abort? The engines are dead. What the fuck? Put the APU back on. The engines just straight up fucking died. Why? There was nothing wrong with them. They look fine. Let's try restarting one of them. Alright, put gens off. Leads off, APU. Packs. Alright, let's try starting engine 2. Ground start, engine 2. Right, it starts right back up. What the hell happened?
On runway 34, land. On runway.
Whoa, 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 don't you fucking dare. Okay, we can taxi back and try again, I guess. Go ahead and start engine 1.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Alright, since the engines seem to be doing weird shit, I'm gonna leave the APU on for takeoff. Let's taxi back to the end of the runway and try again. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2383 is exiting 34 left. We're going to taxi back and try the takeoff again. Salt Lake. What even happened there? I'm just going down the runway, approaching V1, and the engine's spooled to 0. What the fuck? We'll try it again. I can't see any reason why that should have happened. There is a red number on the ACARS unit, so we'll double check and make sure nothing failed. But 23. That's today. What is that? That's not today's date. What's that number? It's been so long I have forgotten how to use this damn thing. Okay, I'm gonna look up and see if there's any error codes I need to know about. Okay, many systems on board the aircraft that can fail. Let's see. There's 6 causes. 0 is external. 2 is a bird strike. But it's not really giving us an error code is the thing. I don't know what happened. The engine just spooled to 0. If you have display failure code FCU, then your FCU will display a code failed system along with the failure type. So it's not displaying an error code. That 23, I don't know what that is. I'll need to look that up. Not right now. So nothing happened. It just, the engine spooled to 0 for no freaking reason. quick, what is our minimum takeoff fuel? I'm gonna make sure I hadn't accidentally burned through it. Minimum fuel for takeoff is 18.3. So real quick, we'll check that. And if we're not substantially over it, because I know it gives us a little bit of padding. Alright. What's our fuel? 16.6? Might not be able to take off. I might have to put more fuel on board. Minimum fuel for takeoff is 18.3. The trip should be 6,000. The alternate to Salt Lake will be 5,000, and the reserve is 4. We shouldn't have any problem getting into Denver. I'm going to do something that would be illegal in real life, and I'm going to take off with less fuel than what we calculated for minimum, but it'll be okay. Alright. My cabin crew has already been seated. Let's try this takeoff again. You know what I think happened? I think there was fuel in the center tank, and for some reason it was burning off it. The fuel logic in this airplane's a bit finicky. It shouldn't have been burning off the center tank only. It seems to be burning off both tanks now. We'll try it again. Final clear. Runway clear. Runway's confirmed. Salt Lake traffic, Delta 2383, taking off runway 34 left, Salt Lake. Alright, check power. We are green across the board.
On runway 34 left.
Take off. Power set.
Airspeed active. $80 knots.
Check.
$100 knots.
Check.
B1. Rotate.
Started rotating by itself. I got too much trim.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Gear going up. Auto brake selector off.
400 feet, heading select.
Gear up and locked.
Ooh, I hit my microphone. Flying thrust. Nose down, nose down. We are not speeding up for whatever reason. Why are the flaps at 25?
Flaps 1. Flaps up.
That gauge indicated 25, but she called... Should be broken. Okay, I'm gonna turn the autopilot on to help me out a little bit. Speed hold on to. Weird shit is happening. Okay, taxi light off. Engines off. climb or takeoff checks.
After takeoff checks.
Okay, after takeoff checks. Landing gear up. Flaps up. External lights on. Air conditioning set. Checklist complete.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. The airplane is acting really weird. 76.9, 76. Okay, we don't have an imbalance. Should be weird today, man. Alright, there's 9,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and go direct to Bubby. Resume normal speed. Alright, we're at 10,000. Set speed to 280. It is very bumpy today. Alright, we're passing Bubby and we met the crossing restriction. Did I just see birds? Yeah. Birds right here, and there is fuck all we can do to avoid them. Let's just hope we don't fucking hit one. There is a flock of birds right here in our face. Please don't hit one. We could return to Salt Lake if we did. We haven't. Oh god, that one came close. No, 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 no. Okay. That one was going, looked like it was going to the engine. Climb a little bit faster. Alright. Let's flip this over to map at 40 mile zoom.
Release the crew to work.
Alright, we just climb at 280 till we hit Mach 0.78, and then we climb at that speed from there. I was going to do the return flight, 18,000.
Transition altitude. Altimeters.
Standard 29902. Climb checks.
Okay, climb checks. Landing lights. Off. Pressurization. Checked. Autopilot.
Engaged.
Climb checks complete.
I was going to do a return flight, but since we had to do the takeoff twice, I might not have time to. -5 on the TAT now, but we're in clear air. We're outside the moisture, so we shouldn't. I'll leave the anti-icing stuff on since we do have that air met, but there shouldn't be too much of a problem with it.
$1,000.
Oh, we can climb up. Go ahead and up to 350. Passing Hearts. What's our fuel looking like? Oh my god. That might hopefully get better in cruise. Oh lord, we are gonna use reserve no matter what though. I should have refueled. So basically we can't go to our alternate now. We have to land at Denver. We cannot go anywhere else. We're gonna be minimum fuel when we get there. About 10,000, 9,000 feet to go. That can be flipped off. I left that on. Views off. .7 now. I kicked my rudder pedals. They keep doing that. I forget they're down there. Oh, the avionics cycled off earlier. Let's probably reset that. Yeah. We are going to be flying to inclement weather. So let's go ahead and tilt down that a little bit. Yeah, we might get in trouble for landing with so little fuel. Oh well, I'll just take the hit. Notice that gauge is working. On the other aircraft, it didn't work. I can even set it. Interesting. I wonder why that didn't work on the 900. At 7.7. 0.77. Can't do math. Numbers confuse me. Got speed hold on and hold 0.78. And we'll just climb at about 1,000 feet per minute. Should be good. About 1,000 feet to go, and we're approaching Purdy, so we should hit top of climb right at Purdy.
One to go.
Yeah, we might not meet the block time either. That freaking engine failure, or whatever it was, changed the whole game plan, really. And I don't know why it did it. I'm going to have to watch the footage back, because what I think happened was the fuel logic on this plane is a bit finicky. And I think it was only draining from the center tank. There must have been some fuel in it. And during takeoff, it ran out. And instead of just switching over to the wing tanks like it should, it just failed the engines instead. Alright, we're at top of climb. Alright, top of climb report received and sent. Okay, so let's look at our fuel situation. Alright, now that we're getting cruise data, it's estimating 8,000 pounds of fuel at Denver. Our minimum landing fuel is 10.1. Our planned landing fuel is 12.0, which we are at right now. So technically, if this was a real flight, I should turn around and land at Salt Lake because I am below minimum fuel. I am not going to hit minimum fuel for landing. We have mostly a crosswind, so that's helping us out a little bit. Alright, let's load up the arrival into Denver. And we were flying, what was our arrival? Longs 1. Now it's Longs 2 now. Alright. Coming from Camper, our first crossing restriction is bike above flight level 270, and then longs between 19 and 220. From there, 210 to 16. Alright, we'll be landing north. We're expecting 3-4 left. Shift 8. Yeah, there's the rain right in front of us. Let's back to that thing and show me destination, because it should give me a runway estimate. No ATC online. Either 3-4 left or 3-4 right. If we're landing north, select the 3-4 right transition, which takes from Flannel to Hulmet, and then Baba, and then High Mom. High Mom is a waypoint. Alright, High Mom is also the most restricted arrival, or waypoint, so we're going to plan our descent around that. So High Mom, we should be at 11,210 knots. Alright. Baba at 12 to 14, we'll say 13,000. I'm hitting execute every time so it recalculates. And I don't know why it did that. We'll say Archie at 14,000. One 6,000 at Dorky. We'll say 9,000 at Flannel. Longs. Say 1,000. It's messed up the VNAV profile for some reason. And what was the early one? I think it was above 270. Yeah, bike above flight level 270. Which, if I look ahead, top of descent is at bike. Let's have bike at 30,000 just so we're a little lower. It'll give us a gentler descent. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, I'll load up the middle page. That's got most of the crossing restrictions on it. Alright, now we're just cruising. Did I turn the seatbelt sign off? No, we're just going to leave it on because we do expect moderate turbulence. We haven't ran into any yet, but just in case, I don't want the passengers hitting their head on the ceiling. Load up the Denver ATIS if we can. Denver ATIS. Do you have two? Yes. Arrival information Juliet was published 35 minutes ago. Okay, what was that message I got on Discord? Okay, it was just a welcome thing on that one channel. Patrick's channel. Now on the TLC Discord, it should auto publish me to the streamers to check out thing. And it did. Alright. It wasn't a message after all. Alright, let's read this. Arrival information Juliet, 1953, which is 35 minutes ago. Winds 350 at 8, visibility 10, view at 13, broken 18, overcast 28, temperature 7, dew point 4, altimeter 3001. Hazard weather, blah blah blah, PIREP 47 southwest of Denver. 2000 737 reported moderate turbulence between 180 and 210. Triple simultaneous approaches in use. That's a fun one. Expect the ILS 34 right, 35 left, and 35 right. Multiple RNAV Zulu approaches in use. NOTAMs, Alamosa VOR is out. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Construction personnel and equipment operating in the runway protection zone for 17 right. Published NOTAMs, use caution. Unmanned aerial activity 5.5 miles northwest, below 1,000. So nothing to really worry about. Looks like we're going to be taking 3-4 right though. It doesn't say it's closed, but everything on the SID says plan for 3-4 right. This doesn't list 3-4 left as accurate, so I'm gonna, or as open, or is being used. So I'm guessing, isn't 17 right also 3-4 left? So I'm gonna guess that we can't land on it for some reason. We'll just take runway 34 right for our arrival then. No big deal. Still no ATC on. Hell, we're the only aircraft around here. Let's look at the Simaware map real quick. Let's see what's around us. That's us right there. Well, there's an aircraft in front of us who's doing the return. He's from Denver to Salt Lake. But there's no ATC and some light rain in front of us. I'll make the decision once we park. If there's enough time left, I'll go ahead and do the return. The return flight, let's see. When's our flight get in? Schedule, the real flight, I'm looking at FlightAware right now, is scheduled to arrive at 21:28. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's see, if he's scheduled to arrive at 21:28, I just want to see what the departure time for the return flight is. So it should be around 22:30 when the return takes off. Next 40. Let's see. It should be after this time. Anything heading to Salt Lake Portland, Hartsfield, Boston, Seattle, Boston again, Salt Lake. Nope, that's a FedEx, so that's not us. Huh, I guess there isn't a return flight. This is just one way for us today. That's fine. I might not have time to do the return anyway. Alrighty, still no ATC. Not even any other players nearby. About 40 miles to the top of descent. Because it's 280. There was no speed restrictions except for the last waypoint. Alright. For landing, we're going to be using full reverse and auto brake set to mode 2.
Auto brake switch set to 2.
Right. Now, we have to land because of that little problem on takeoff. We cannot go around. I mean, we got enough fuel that we could do a go-around or two, but we can't go to our alternate. Our alternate is the return to Salt Lake, and we don't have enough fuel to make it back. So we absolutely have to make the landing. What is the weather in Denver right now? Is there a few overcast? It's not terrible. It's not terrible, so we shouldn't have any problem. I'll plan for the ILS 3-4 right. But we shouldn't have any problem landing. Here's a question. Does that little thingy there? No. Okay. All right, less than 40 to the top of descent. There really isn't nothing to do except wait. Get an outside view real quick. Doesn't that look cool? I wish the external sounds were a little bit louder on this sound pack, but that's okay. 628 Tango Papa. Now, doesn't Denver also have a VOR? Let me check at little nav map real quick. They do. What's the frequency? 117.9. That on nav 2. Is my phone ringing? It fucking is, motherfucker. That's a bot, too. God damn it. I don't know anyone in Milwaukee. Alright. I'll mute this. Yep. 111.1 was the ILS frequency. I'll set that on standby as well so we can have it ready for both. And then we have a bearing pointer to Denver with the DME. Alright, 10 miles to top of descent. Put that over there so it's not going to pester me anymore. Okay, pre-descent stuff. We got the weather. We know what runway we're going to get. Auto brakes are set. I'm going to go ahead and set this to the lowest altitude for the star, which is 11,000. Albuquerque Center is online, but we're not in their airspace. There's 5 miles to TD. Alright, top of descent report sent. I'll check that in just a second. Alright, descent initialized, and we are on the descent path. What was the message? Clear to approach Denver, expect gate Alpha 54, winds 3608, 3001, runway stride, density altitude is 4.3. Alright, Alpha 54. I don't know where that gate is at. Let me look at little nav map real quick to see exactly where that gate is at. If we land 3-4 right, where is Alpha 54? Is that it? That's not even a... Okay, why over there? That's a long-ass taxi. Because the scheduled gate was Alpha 28. Which is right here. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why it wants Alpha 54. That's not even our section of the terminal. Alright, it wants Alpha 54. We'll take Alpha 54. I don't know why it wants us to go there, but it does. I forgot to set the speed hold correctly, so now we gotta descend even harder. Aren't we expecting bike at 30? I think so. Oh, that's 1,500. because we were taking a smoother descent. Forgot about that. What's our fuel looking like now? 9.5? I think that's as good as we can expect, really. That's still below minimum, so we should turn around and land at Salt Lake, but we ain't gonna. Alright, we're too low, so I'm going to descend at about 1,000 feet per minute until we recapture. We are getting better at it, so... Here's Vivi. I'm going to go ahead and speed it back to 250. Because Denver is like 6,000 feet elevation, so we are getting close to 10 above it. idle power, and it's not slowing down, is it? Now, let's help it out. Lower our descent rate. I mean, because we're pretty much on path, so shouldn't be that big a deal. Wow, that wind has shifted quite a bit as we descend. About to send down into the deck. Cloud deck, not the actual deck. Hold 1,000 feet per minute. For now, looks like it is going back up. Nope, it wants 800 feet per minute. That seems a little too slow, actually. Because our crossing restriction is 19,000, which we're going to meet. And it's actually not. It's between two altitudes, so as long as we cross it at about 19, we'll be meeting the restriction, what it actually is. There's 19.4. Crossing the waypoint at 19. Who was right? Yeah, but as long as we hold 1,000 feet per minute descent, we should make the actual final crossing restriction. I think everything else is fine as it is. What's our next one? Worky at 1.6. We need 800. Let's go ahead and lower it a bit. Cannot see anything. I know there is mountains underneath us, so I really want to make sure we are on the vertical path because I do not want to get too low. We are coming into the bad weather area. I'm going to flip you over to radar and let's set our pressure to 3001.
Transition altitude. Altimeters. Set.
3002.
Landing lights on. Descent checks.
Okay, descent checks.
Okay, descent checks. Pressurization.
Set and checked.
There's traffic in front of us. No factor.
Landing lights.
On.
Recall.
Is checked.
Auto brake
Weather's
selector.
not a
2.
factor either.
Landing weight and data.
Reviewed set.
Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checks complete.
We need to do our landing weight real quick. Coming up to Dorky now. Between 15 and 17, we are going to meet that. Alright, what's our landing weight looking like? 129.4, I'll say 129,000, that's close to 130, so we'll use that. Flaps 40 will be 142. 147. Flaps 25. 151. Why did my voice crack? We'll go with flaps 30. And 147 as our final approach speed. Alright, and we'll plan for the ILS 34 right, because that's what ATIS told us to expect, and the SID as well, for the star. ILS 34 right. Alright, radar GPS required. Frequency I already set, 111.1, course 353. Go ahead and load this in. ILS 34 right. And I'll go ahead and load the briefly transition. What's our waypoints? Briefly at 10, 10, 10 for the first three. And then 976. And then there's KA or CA DKO. That one is S. Back at the SID, or the star real quick. After high mom, what do we do? Fly heading 173. Alright, back to the ILS. Wow, we cannot see shit. Is there any weather in front of us? No, it's off to the right, it looks like. It shouldn't be a factor. In fact, put this back to satellite mode. And turn that and that off. So we might have some to worry about on final, but nothing major. Cannot see diddly. Alright, it's sequenced to the next waypoint, which is the last one. Alright, we are below, there's Denver. And There's our landing runway. Visually, doesn't look like we're going to have any clouds in the way.
One to go.
All right, reduce the 210. Put that on, just so I won't have to worry about it later. Really need you to slow down because that is part of our restriction. All right, we should meet both the crossing and the speed restriction. No problem. We'll turn LNAV off. Alright, we'll head out to our final approach bit. Final approach bit is 40. We'll head out until we're a beam Bengal, and then we'll intercept that Boeing. It's a fun waypoint name. And select that. So we'll go 10 miles out to a parallel with Bengal, and then we'll be ready to cross Boeing. Crossing is at 9,000. Basically, we can just follow that arrow. I'm going to set flaps 2.
Flaps 1, flaps 2.
Why did it slow down so much? I just set... Why are the flaps at 15? The flaps 1.
Flaps 1?
She calls flaps 1, right? And that is set to flaps 1 on the lever. But the gauge is indicating, like, flaps 9. What the shit? And they look like they're at flaps 9 too. That doesn't look like flaps. What the fuck? Something's wrong with this plane. Alright. Descend 9,000 feet now. Reduce to 180 knots. Go ahead and flip these over to continuous. So something is messed up with the flaps on this plane. I'll have to look into that. Because that explains why we took off so early. You're fine. You're just pulling idle, it's okay. I wish I could shut that up.
$1,000.
Check. Alright, turn left. 25. Really? Back into it? Alright. Ooh, something nasty to the right. We are in the soup right now. Or in the rain. Just a tiny little bit, nothing to worry about. Something over there, though. Alright, we'll fly this heading. Say 020. Maintain 9 until on the localizer, and we're clear for the 3-4 right approach. For traffic, Delta 2383 is 15 to the south, inbound ILS 34 right, Denver. Approach checks.
Approach checks, please.
Okay, approach checks.
Flight attendants have been notified.
Runway turn-off light switch. On. Engine start switches. Continuous. Flight attendants. Notified. Approach frequencies and course. Approach checks complete.
Waiting on movement on the localizer. Localizer's alive. Localizer captured. We're in and out of the visibility right now. Denver traffic, Delta 2383, 10 to the south, landing 3-4 right, Denver. Got a little over the localizer there, but no big deal. I'm just waiting on capture. Flight slope captured. At 160. Flaps 15.
Flaps 2.
Which is flaps 2 for some reason. I'm gonna have to watch that. Yes, I am aware. I'll be lowering them in just a second.
Radio altimeter.
Traffic, Delta 2383 is 5 to the south, landing 3-4 right, Denver.
Arm spoilers, please.
Spoilers armed.
Spoilers armed. Auto brakes set. Right, set speed to VREF. plus 5. 1, 5, 2. Gear down.
Gear going down. Flaps 5.
Flaps 30. Go ahead and just select flaps 30 and normal. It's at flaps 25.
Flaps 10.
Gear down, please.
Gear down, locked, 3 green.
Alright, it's set at
Thank
flaps
you.
30. Even though she said flaps 10, that definitely looks like flaps 30 to me. I don't know why it's like that. We are coming in real nose down. I'm going to bring the speed all the way back to VREF. Alright, it's on it pretty good. I'm going to let it do an auto land since I couldn't do that last time.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
Flaps are fine. Ignore that. The
Too low,
flap
flaps.
indicator is right. I don't know why the lever positions don't agree.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
500.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
400.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
300.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
200.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
100.
Too
Flare,
low, flaps.
flare.
30. 20.
Oh, wow, it was not flaring fast enough, and I ballooned it so bad.
Terrain.
30. 20. 10.
Reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust engaged. Spoilers up, auto braking. 100 knots. 80 knots.
Minimums.
60 knots.
Reverse idle.
That was a
Manual braking. Spoilers down. Auto brake off.
I accidentally moved the throttle, that's why she killed reverse thrust so early. Denver traffic, Delta 2383, clear, 34 right, Denver. Alright, clean up, flaps up.
Flaps up.
Alright, we are on, what's that sign say? Foxtrot 6. Oh, it can't be Foxtrot 6. Where the hell are we? Well, I know this is Foxtrot because it parallels 3-4 right. After landing checks.
After landing checks.
Okay, after landing checks. Flaps, flaps up. External lights, set. Isolation valve switch, auto.
That should be Foxtrot 7 right there. We exited
Auto brakes, off.
Foxtrot 8.
Weather radar, off.
Alright.
After landing checks complete.
Take Foxtrot all the way down. Our parking spot is on the southeast side of the main terminal. It's going to be a bit of a taxi. course, this is Denver. So taxiing always takes half an hour, no matter where you're going. You're against that map? No. We're looking for Alpha Sierra to turn in. Throttle back just a tiny little bit. We'll taxi at about 30%. Okay, that's Zulu November. Foxtrot 4. We're nowhere near it. We got a ways to go. Shouldn't have to cross any runways though. So if we get to a runway, we've gone way too far south. Rudder pedals are still sensitive. It is Alpha 54, so I'm going to select that as the parking spot we want to go to. Alright, terminals to the left, Charlie November's to the left. Alright, we are looking for Alpha Sierra, which is at the far southern end. Charlie Sierra. Bravo Sierra. Here's Alpha November. The way this airport is the taxiways that lead into the terminal lead with their terminal designator. So Alpha November will get you to Terminal Alpha. We're looking for Alpha Sierra, and that will take us to the southern part of Terminal Alpha, which is what we want. Should be this taxiway right here. Alright, we are on Alpha Sierra. Okay, our gate is on the other side of that bridge right there, so we are going to have to taxi underneath it. should have enough clearance to clear this. I can see the ground equipment. Marks where our gate is. Yeah, we're good. Isn't that cool? Alright, there's our gate right there. See the marshaller? Set. Parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Brake pressure up.
Bell signs off. Ends. And engines. $6.9. I'll review the fuel situation.
External
in a second.
power established.
All right. Ground power's on. Oh boy. 9 minutes late. Honestly, that's better than I expected. I expected it to be much worse. I wonder why they brought us to this gate instead of the one that we were scheduled for originally. All right. Boarding requested. Ground equipment's moving into position. Beacon light off. Parking checks.
Okay, parking checks.
Okay, parking checks. Parking brake?
Yep, set.
Seatbelt sign.
Okay, off.
Electrical power.
Set, correct.
Oh, that can
Start
go
levers.
Cut off.
Transponder.
Off.
Beacon light switch.
Is off.
Fuel pump switches.
Yes, off.
Pitot heat.
No, it's not set. Just do it right now.
All that off.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Pitot heat.
Okay, off.
Anti-ice.
Okay, off.
Goodbye.
Hydraulic electric pump switches.
Yes, off.
Air conditioning.
Set.
Flight director.
Negative. Sure I had it right.
I mean, the switch is off. I don't know
Flight
why
director?
it's turning off.
Is off.
Trim.
5 units.
Checklist complete.
Alright. That is the checklist. We're just waiting on deboarding. Let's do our flight report real quick. Scheduled, or start at 1958, ended at 2137, 123 packs, 4 late, 10 out of 10, scores 85. What we get wrong? Is the late the only thing? Base score, late by 9 minutes, smooth flight, and the final computed score was 85. It's cutting off some right here. I don't know why. What's our stats? "186 feet per minute." Yeah, that was not my best landing though, because the autopilot was nose down. I was gonna let it auto land, but it wasn't flaring, so I had to take over. And then I ballooned it, and then landed way too friggin' far. Not my best landing. Fuel burn was 11.6. Let's actually do the fuel thing real quick. I'll see how bad it was. Our minimum fuel for landing was 10.1. We have 6.9 on board. The planned landing fuel was 12.0, which we were well below. And I know we were below 10.1 when we landed. So, we did a bad. That's not... Let's see, what's the alternate? 5.8. That would have been not enough, I don't think. If we had to divert to Salt Lake, which was our planned alternate, that would not have been enough. We burned 11.6. We were supposed to burn 6.2... about 6.5. That takeoff failed. I don't know what the hell happened on takeoff, but something broke.
Thank you.
So I got some things to look into with this airplane, because some shit is broken. Alright, just waiting on all the passengers to get off, and then we'll be ready. Yeah, there was no failure. I don't know why it fucking did that. I'll have to watch the VOD back to see what the heck happened there. I'm actually going to, while they're deboarding, I am going to look at this airplane's CFG file and see if there is something fracked with these flaps. So open that up. Control F for flaps. Flap 2. Outboard leading edge. Inboard leading edge. Trailing edge flaps. Yeah, these ain't correct. These ain't correct at all. I'm gonna have to go through and correct the flaps on here because something's not right with them. That's not even close to accurate. Because it's setting flaps 1, which should be at like 1 degree, is setting it to 8 degrees. And flaps 2 is 18 degrees. That's weird. It shouldn't be that. Flaps 2 is like 1 degree, and the slat's deployed. So I'm gonna have to look into that. That is not accurate at all. Set this back to index. The next flight crew. Alright, 55 passengers left on board. Get the hell off my airplane. What time is it? It's 17:46. I need to do my daily walk and then eat dinner. So I might be back later tonight with another stream. I'm thinking Valkyria Chronicles. I think Vix is planning on doing Diablo, which I don't have installed right now. Nor do I feel like installing it. So we'll probably just end up raiding her later tonight. This was a fun little quick stream. 2.5 hours. Had to recover both a takeoff and a landing in it. Anywho. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and we shall see y'all next time. Take care, everyone.